Good day, everyone. Um, First off, disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Before we get going, I would just want to talk about the Republic of Nova Scotia here. The website is www.republicofnovascotia.ca. The email address, republicnovascotia@protonmail.com. Send an email. We'll get you signed up. And then we want to move forward here, looking for people interested in volunteering at first here to sit on our common law juries. Be helpful if you know something about the law or know the difference between right and wrong, anyways, regardless of what type of person or what capacity or their corporate status is, like the current legal system does. It's all about who you are and who you work for. The system's not for the people. The system is for these bankers to more or less we're their chattel property, we're their slaves, in their opinion. Everything is credits and debits, and we are the true creditors, as all equity is derived from men and women's sweat equity, period. And these corporations just plunder and steal everything under the using under the color of law, acting under false pretense in order to conduct this RICO racketeering scheme to plunder and wrong the people. Anyways, the Republic is a way to set up a de jure government for the people, set up common law courts, so we can have common law juries, and so people have an actual place to go and seek justice. The current system is not even the appearance of justice. It's a complete fraud. Anyways, like I said, the website there, go check it out. On there is the Constitution. There is the common law courts set up, a list of who we're looking for the court system, and we want to start developing elections for community sheriffs, and also what else is on there? Yeah, the sheriffs, the Constitution, and what else? I'm missing something. Let's go have a look here. Republic. And I have some other websites information on here, like Canada the Myth. There's some good information on here. Clearfield Doctrine. I did that in the last video, I believe. It talks about that. A little talk about the Republic here. The common law courts, community common law courts. So you can have a jury or peers deciding, not just a judge, which is proof that these are commercial courts. Every man has the right to have a fair trial in front of a jury of his peers, but in these commercial courts, you don't even have to do anything wrong. If they don't like you, they make shit up. They drag you through their legal system. All these courts are commercial courts, criminal, civil, and the family, probate, all this shit. It's all commercial shit. And the Bar Association profits off this. The Law Society profits off it. Its members profit off it. And all these other organizations contracted, including the RCMP, profit off this. So anyways, there was the common law courts, there was the sheriffs, and then there's the Constitution here. So there's a bit of reading here, but anyways, down the bottom, and all this content was taken from other sources. So cheers out if you see anything on here that may have been derived from your stuff, but most common law people, we just want the right thing, right? And there's a lot of work put into this. There's a lot of information on here, including providing all these sources here, resources. They're from all different types of sources, right? Living in the private, You want to act in the private, not in the public, because that's where we got ourselves in trouble giving these corporations jurisdiction over you, because they talk about the public. That is the public trust. That is the bankruptcy. That is the all caps name. That is the debtor. Anyways, subject matter today I want to move on to is American Association Motor Vehicle Administrators. They're a non-governmental, voluntary, tax-exempt, non-profit educational association. AAMVA is a private corporation which strives to develop model programs in a motor vehicle administrator, police, traffic services, and highway safety. The association serves as an information clearinghouse for these disciplines and acts as the international spokesperson for these interests. The association is composed of motor vehicle and law enforcement administrators and executives from all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Canadian and territories and provinces. Although Canadian jurisdictions are members of AAMVA, Canada also has a distinctly separate but similar organization, the CCOMT, the Canadian Council of Motor Transportation Administrators, which more directly establishes governance of driver and vehicle matters for provinces and territories. At least 2 Mexican states have also been members, the Virgin Islands, District of Columbia. The association is divided into 4 regions, which Eastern Canada up until Ontario is Zone 1, Manitoba Zone 3, and Saskatchewan West and the territories are Zone 4. Anyways, you'll see in there, going back to this comment, that we'll show you where there's Canadian entities sitting on these boards for the AAMVA directly and are getting paid for it. So we'll jump right over here over to the AAMVA. Okay. Let me just check this. Okay. So here, folks, we got the AAMVA's website here. So all these pages, you go right to the bottom, and they have a glossary here where it's fairly easy to navigate and see everything. Anyways, first we'll talk about leadership. How about that? See what's going on here. So we got AAMVA is held by International Board of Directors comprised of representatives from jurisdictional membership. Upon the board sit standing committees which represent the disciplines for drivers, law enforcement, and vehicles and other programs. Various subcommittees and working groups are conveyed by the standing committees to provide guidance, resources, and solutions on topics of interest to the membership. AAMVA's 4 regions have their own independent board of directors that oversee their annual conferences and other activities within their respective regions. So I'm going to check out here regional board of directors, and we'll just look at Zone 1 is Eastern Canada. So right off the get-go, we got insurance involved here. This is the director of Automobile Associate or Society of Quebec. So and she's the president. Okay, so, and she's the director for this. So she's got multiple interests going on here. So obviously she wants to make sure everyone pays insurance, which isn't required by men or women. In commerce, it may be. They can regulate commerce, though. Government can't regulate men and women. The hundreds of acts I've written, I can't see anywhere where it says anything about a man or woman, because they cannot do that. They can only govern commerce, commercial transactions. Anyway, so we got insurance involved here, Department of Motor Vehicles, Registry of Motor Vehicles, Driver Vehicle Services, Department of Motor Vehicles, Department of Motor Vehicles. So we got insurance and motor vehicles here that are a couple of groups that are they're sitting directors here. This is zone 4. So right here, executive director motor vehicles, Sir Alberta here. So this guy's the president. So he's not only collecting paycheck from these guys, he's collecting paycheck from the AAMVA also. Director motor vehicles, state patrol. So we got the pigs in here now. We got Department of Motor Vehicles, police, pigs, driver license division, motor vehicle division. I mean, there's so many different entities in each jurisdiction that, like, even say a provincial jurisdiction, they've got members in this AAMVA. Like that one dude, he's the president. They clearly have interest in the AAMVA and also the CCMTA. Let's see. So here we got Department of Transportation for Dakota. We got Driver Vehicles Division, Office of the Secretary of State. Oh, Senior Legal Advisor. So we got, yeah, a lawyer right there. She's the treasurer of this lawyer. Director, Motor Vehicles, Highway Patrol, Motor Vehicles, licensing, public safety, Manitoba, public insurance. So you got insurance involved here once again. Membership large, Registry of Motor Vehicles. So this dude right now, he's acting under the guise like the government, and he's also, sitting member, probably getting paid by this AAMVA. So they have multiple interests. They don't serve the people. This organization, AAMVA, is out of Arlington, Virginia. Phone number 703-522-4200. So we looked at leadership. Let's look at this. Association information. Policies and documents. Financial information. Okay, I want to come back to that. Where was that? Okay. Association information, right there. Maintenance schedules. Let's look at this. Driver licensing systems. Commercial driver's license information system. Commercial skills test information. So the first one, commercial driver's license information system, nationwide electronic systems that enable state driver licensing agencies to ensure that each commercial driver has not only valid driver license, one complete driver record. So you got to think about it. When you go into the DMV, were you given disclosure that they were going to share your private information and let this other organization use your information? Were you ever given disclosure of this? I know fucking I wasn't. I didn't agree to being fucking part of any of this shit. And no one fucking should. There's no disclosure. This is complete fucking fraud. Okay, this goes, and I'm going to continue to show you all the fraud these motherfuckers are doing. Commercial skills test information management system, web-based tool that provides a consistent means for tracking the scheduling and entry of test results for commercial skills tests by jurisdictions and third-party examiners. Digital image access and exchange. Program to develop image capture recognition that verifies solutions that meet jurisdiction needs with a focus on frontline staff and customer service. Problem driver pointer system. System used to search the National Registry repository of information on problem drivers provided, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, there's nothing good here. let's see here, drivers. So the DMV, because we just went through the directors there, these are all members to this association, this AAMVA. So basically the MV or the DMVs are, you're entering into contract with these private entities, including this organization, because when you go in and you register your property with them, okay, the way it works is when you, for instance, go and get a new vehicle, you go into the dealership, do the paperwork, and when the salesman takes you down to the DMV, or a lot of times they just do it at the dealership. They don't even take you. They just, the accounting people go and they do it themselves. But they take what's called the CSO, CMO, or NVIS, as it's called in a lot of Canadian jurisdictions. In Nova Scotia, new vehicle identification statement. So anyways, that's like a birth certificate to a man or a woman, or to a person, to the corporation, I should say. But anyways, everything has a title to it, or should have a title to it, to prove who has authority, jurisdiction, interest, and right to the property, especially with government, because government only recognizes form, not substance. So that's why this property, when they take that NVIS, say in Nova Scotia, for instance, okay, it goes through these motherfuckers. And what that is that's the actual title to the property. So the dealerships are taking the fucking title to that property, and no one can deny this because no one can show me one. And it's a fact that they are. I can show you the legislation that fucking clearly says, okay, and it's very clear. It's you can go in and ask anyone, right? Does it even the dealerships, right? That goes, and that's where they take authority and gain jurisdiction. Because when they take that, bang, they take it and register it. They actually have stolen your property. These dealerships are taking your property and registering it without your knowledge. They're giving it up. Registered means to abandon. So bang, now you got to put their private plates on there, and make sure you have your private fucking driver's license, and make sure it has the private fucking inspection sticker on it, and you paid the fucking private fucking taxes on it to these private corporations. I mean, it's complete fucking fraud. And so anyways, the DMV has these, like I said, I'll just use the term NVIS, but they take possession of this NVIS, that property, and what they do is give you a certificate of registration. Okay, it's certifying that it was registered. Okay, but you abandoned it. That's why you got your plates and you got to buy insurance. You're the trustee, right? You know, people need to quit giving their fucking shit up and need to start understanding what the rights are and what the laws are. If you don't know your rights, you don't have any rights. If you don't exercise your rights, you don't have any rights. And if you're going to let these government motherfuckers tell you what your rights are, you're not going to have any fucking rights. So the bottom line is you gotta start to learn this shit, man. Like all the fraud's coming out, and the law, they never taught us law in school for a fucking reason. They don't want us to fucking know. People, oh, it's boring. What? So you want to watch fucking YouTube and watch the program and get programmed, or fucking actually read and study and learn something useful? There's lots to learn in the law. It's their legal bullshit. I mean, you're learning about everything, right? And you can see it, the fear in their eyes, because they all say the same shit. Every one of these judges across all these jurisdictions, I've seen shit across all jurisdictions, that they fucking they're completely ignorant, right? They know what's going on. I would assume if they're that high up, they're that far up on the totem pole of the corruption, that they understand, that they're maintaining the bankruptcy one, which is the representation of yourself into the legal fiction, right? They know this shit, right? They're committing fraud in there. They get you entered into contract. Canada is a signatory to the Unidroit Treaty too, which is under contract law. It's all about private contract law. So that's what you're going into there doing. You know, the cops drive, they funnel everyone into the courts, whether it's through criminal. Like even if I call up, and I've done it, and make accusations or serve them with affidavits, sorry, that all these crimes have been committed, and they just don't do anything about it. I mean, if they actually had any obligation to do this, uh, it's complete criminal negligence for everything they're ignoring. What the police do is, if you know, like I said, if I go and complain about, say I was robbed, which you know I complained about my children, my offspring being abducted. Um, they robbed me. They assaulted me. They tried to kill me on multiple occasions. They don't care. You know, they're under no oath to serve me in any fucking way, right? And that's the one thing I realize about these corporate policy enforcers, these pigs. They have low IQs. They have no fucking idea about anything. They're just completely trainable, right? In many jurisdictions, I think most of their employees come from the prison system, actually, because all they need is a pardon, and who pardons them? You know, I don't have to explain that, right? It's very easy to research that and see that as long as you never had a criminal record or you've been pardoned, we'll take you on, right? You know, because these people will do anything, especially like most people, for money, right? Good salary, pension. You get to think someone gives you a badge and a gun, you think you're some type of fucking authority. I mean, really, you're just like minuscule. You're just like a fucking security guard. You're actually a security guard that's committing fucking treason, and you're private mercenaries. You're being paid to enforce these private laws that is legal shit that doesn't apply to anyone but themselves. And it's very clear it's corporate law. They steal land. That's all they fucking do. Anyways, the jurisdictions. I think I showed you this already, but we'll touch on this. Zones. Here's the zones. One, like I said, all Eastern Canada. New Brunswick is there. Nova Scotia, Ontario, PEI, Quebec. Zone 3, Manitoba's there. And 4, Alberta. BC. Where are we at? Northwest Territories, Nunavut, Saskatchewan, Yukon Territory. So you're all involved in this fucking. You're all members with this private corporations. You're running around with their private membership cards. And anyways, time to wake up, folks. This is the CCMTA. This is the Canadian equivalent here. They don't clearly, like most Canadian shit, it's vague, and more or less by the sounds of this is all people from government positions from different jurisdictions on this CCMTA. Like I said, there's not near as much information, and you can just see with the AAMVA where Canada has involvement directly with the transportation systems in Canada, and regarding licensing, systems, legislation, they all conspire together. These motherfuckers are getting paid too, as like even these guys don't show you the financials, but the other AAMVA did. So just goes to show you how there's no transparency in any Canadian jurisdictions. It's like getting pulled over for by the cops. Like their supervisors aren't saying go out there and protect the people and make sure you protect their rights. No, they go out there and they do everything possible to violate people's fucking rights. I see it all the fucking time. They're involved in a RICO racketeering scheme where they all fucking profit off our demise. They don't work for the people. We need elected sheriffs who take a constitutional oath in order to protect and to serve the people, period. These people are fraud. It's complete fraud. Anyways, folks, I'm going to call it quits there. It's at 25 minutes. The AAMVA there, like I said, you can go on there, check that out. It just goes to show how they don't disclose this information. You go into the DMV in your local jurisdiction, they're contracting, they're doing business with this private, non-governmental, non-profit, tax-exempt organization that is talking hundreds of millions of dollars here and huge salaries for their members, who also claim to be representing the people, which they clearly don't. None of them take an oath to none of us. You're going in the DMV, you're doing business with them. That's it. It's just, once again, the indoctrination systems never taught you about the law. They never taught you about your rights. They never taught you how to contract. Okay? And they never taught you about banking for a reason. Because they don't want people to know this shit. It takes away their power. Anyways, if you're going to allow the government to decide what your rights are, I don't know what to tell you. I think you're kind of fighting a losing battle, but people have no clue about history, which I see all the time, and even knowing what's going on, who's controlling stuff here. I mean, everyone's pointing the finger at the Trudeau, but he's just a puppet, right? He has his handlers, like the rest of them have their handlers. They all have bosses, right? And these motherfuckers aren't for us, right? They got no right to anything they do. They don't have authority over fucking anyone. Unless you consent and give them authority, they don't have it. Because this is all derived from fraud. And it doesn't mean fuck all. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching. Have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Take care.